mame fa no ntwam taw na fi yentoa yenkomo twetwe no so ene eye wohimpo aha akoya di we Emmanuel Kweku Chire di abo ene wawoda ene wonye fie duonum nti bebi a wo bia no anopai Chief Superintendent Elizabeth Danso semi kanche say oma happy birthday why na enenso me wo fasi bi oware enene boso me pepepe weekend ni boso pepepe a oware ye eno so me mano awoda papa awareso Anita and as you say for Anita Buckle for Mrs. Anita Buckle and and then it was me worry and then so you kuna woda enti Mr. Buckle happy birthday this from your wife Anita and afi we yere ketwa Rita and nebusheni nyina say omo happy birthday sanso and na Mercedes Omare when you feel me and Mercedes Omare if you mame and o papa Mr. and Mrs. Omare nebusheni nyina wo say happy birthday and anopai ye hye ye bedi enkomo na yenkomo de sambe de kankan ye no ene ye bekasa ade afa research bi an se hwehwemu bi a Auditor General Department aye ade afa ye drainage system ho ewo enkraha na we no Hydrological Services Department ewo Ministry of Works and Housing ene ye san hwehwemu no mo kire se gutters and say drainage say to me ye drains how do say to me ye se na be ye so ten yirin fa ye no ye na edu baby no atapi akadiaka enti enama nso eyiri fa ye no na ye behwe sika yedi wura mu na ya hwe se aso ye ni abere so man se betu akwatia flooding ana ye bedi sasam no nkomo pa afa no achi abodanfo atu apete kwamkuma ye ho interchange ho bebre nye ho nkwame ahodo bebre so ho a sa abodanfo ewo so man den ye de afa ho ye bedi san komo no pa na afi ya hwe oil revenue a pia for the sede to aban so de esre a ma ye nkonkutwa oil revenue no efa bi ntu ba bi nka se betwa judgment debt na so obo apayo judgment debt na yi twetwa na so obo apayo ye be sheda boka no na de omani sika kokotua na so bi anya nchefa de free munti no na ya sheda boka bi sa na enya de ebo akora anti pia kofo asem a wo mo de abano no ntasam ni ye bedi ho nkomo ena no pay Honorable Daniel Ni Kwate Titus Glover eye enkane tama is emrase bedwani onokuri ya nso no na oye enkane so afa be de kire a ohwe ahyen enho ensem so ne akwantu ensem so Honorable apom teden
apom ye papa okra muzo wonye
Ewrade adom ye pa
dia chi de beda nyame ase
amen
ye bo nyame subo da
Peter na domara kwa afa no achi me wo owura Joseph Yamin enkane asante mantam mu twerefo edema NDC amayoku se ne ni abre se NDC amayoku no ento abama na ema ne meye organizer obebo adoma no edema NDC amayoku no odokura na oyesofo be de kirehwe agudie hu nsam so ewo NDC abanya abre so onabo Yamin akwaba
yes sir
ibi aboko
nyame ahwe so ama de pa bi achi de aseda ne de be ma no waye ne de aka kufu ado de
ne de wen
akufu ado de ze petrol no say cost 7% to by Thursday obeto petrol in excess of 7% increment onum say breaking the 8 no I say all the major currencies are breaking 8 no dollar na breaking 8 euro na breaking 8 pound no grado ya breaking 10 ni na na do nsa no adwuma but oba kuma chache I don't know say we just come.
Ebre no.
Agro ni asase.
Ana
ojinjia.
Eh,
no tisi mi de.
Metisi mu breaking the 8 no. Breaking the 8 no.
Tisi mi de. On rough road.
Epupumpo ne we dey akwese nkofobia. Omo kwa wi akwetesi.
Na je nya ga yebet makebi. Because we jinjia na akwa ba. Odo di kan tisi mi de. Na za na echia.
Abia so no board of Echia
no.
Na ndisi bo echia de.
Ubusa me say.
Ana o hye.
Na enya e de na me ka say.
Yo.
Eno ye nche. Me say ubakum ase a. Awako eye Jemfu a o ton agrochemicals e wo St. Louis echiro. Obusa me say me che member UTV na me so na say dey o so e hwe o UTV. It matter dey e shemi.
Jemfu a
time bombo de no go UTV.
Awo ene Jemfu ya da se. Wa address na ndo ya
ba. Papa say no be kana. As papa wo say be kana o na nam fichire.
Oh, c'est bien clair.
The first time can you
on ka address no
wa so. No.
Me ko Jemfu a.
Say ka je so fertilizer say yes mu fa nguko toilet nkogu kokoso. Enti oba on the fertilizer na kakra o.
Okay.
No wa no de
kokoso. Mate.
Nkoko bi in there e
Mate. Yaw.
Nana.
Yaw sanita no organizer Adema LPG. Akwaba.
Mejo so mania.
Bibi aboko.
Na me hira me.
De hwase. Mo party no wo ho.
Ejina ho painting. Your offices and so Nyamianda Roma. We are almost complete.
Let's
so go so inspect.
Let's commission near bureau say at this time around there. Yes, I never need you.
More man sounds so more help fees. Can put you more ye hum baby a fan. They should check and account the people of this country. No munja sa rather no more yes. I tell you, they should account to us first before they ask us to account to them. It is very important. And yes, I move between us, so Sanam one casa mufie a hopoto. We must speak truth to power. Now you're making sure say those areas, state institutions are omoma about to work also, and even the institutions as a whole. And so Mundi the Chroma Ghana for it is very critical.
Okay. Medan say, enti ana no peye share ye bedi san komo nyina makoma kakra. Honorable tema Greater Accra motoma ba wie bibia koso boko ma retain mu chairman. Unya kwan ko hwe se de na abato no se koso no.
Yo. Ko amna me da se. Mami nchi ahwefo nyina no pay. Se obodi adaroma. Odadom no bi dum ye se ya. Na akoye ne GSM. Nti yeda na se. Na me chia wono na me chia wo team na omno ye adwuma behind the scene. Ye bo ma baso. Ko farbae Ose Kwame and me senior Ernest for example. Me chia mo. And before nyina from the polling station through coordinators constituency region nyina. Me the check pa your incoming national organizer. Na me chia mo. Then come to my kingmaker, my brother, my friend Joseph Yami and Yao Asanitano. Ansa na meti regional elections free hoyi. We share name new crusading guide in Nimwa. One of the headlines say 500 lifeguards pass out to save lives on the Water Lake. Na because somewhere ewo Minister of Transport as Deputy Minister. Na ya yetafa nsuo no so se adeso wo kwawu ho ekodon kokrom for yeji e dey come makango ana said dambai u crosso e dey akoborai you see ana from Adekye e dey back pando toko
yeah.
You can understand life on the Water Lake. Ebimu ye wo omo nyina no omo abobo nyina no so e na motie omo life on baye nyina nsuo so this is the lezo western region. Now sometimes kenu no yebo fe no otwika se no mzen kodo na ye de kopo no edu baby a na agini panko fe nisam because 3 stamps na wo nsuo no monza nsuo no baby na ewechire but that's nsuo no flood here no abegi asase ni nyina atu amanfo edifi and is a loading the pa any enuane ni niam nema ema ekodo no ekɔ nsuo no pa na akoka duane bi na adane be fufuro and the abambia ba on his own body. So be ye 3 stamps ye edifice. Ya by ye dear. But I face so nipa ni wu a e was ye nya lifeguards a betumi di e save wo nkwa enu bi na me minister kokofuru siama ejine mu a oko pass you out with Zoom Lion any flag officer commanding me amenua ayensu na training area mo they are going to save lives, and I commend the ministry, the Zoom Lion partnership, and the Eastern River Command. What my yeah. So you are training. You should train more of them. A banner says when they create jobs because you say you are training as a lifeguard. At least some allowance will go. Send you ebema ejuma edia backroom. Why not? You are training. Some allowance you go because wouldn't me emfa wunko because wunko na would go see no. Obi wu and I will go so no. Some honorarium or something should go with it. And for me, I'm happy. So ministry not take his initiative with the private sector to partner whatever they are doing to save lives. Ampa, kamera me call trade fair. Na echo share bibi of course come. But we do say last 4 years you know ye chair hopper. Ye tuning na I one polling station. 10 in Yana Salai, but when you chemu, okay. And out of the 34, you chemu 17. A fan to her, not fan to auntie. A content will be out here. But at a point in time, you know, you who say chairmanship race, you know, na a widening. Last 4 years, you know, Alfred Boy, Elusu by I think 7 votes. Yeah. And 4 years after, no, Elusu by 5 votes. It tells you the competition is so keen between Ono and the current chairman Divine Utu Ago home. Adebakwa na many DHRPA was the secretary one, Odala Paka, France. Mo granted 1-on-1 Emma research and elections, you know. Oh, a few days, I think Thursday night to Friday night to the elections. Na assembly bi obeka wa no me mani anje o. But enu de be share adaka me hu no a me ne beka efi eni busu asem. Sese ya to aba na wi de obenya nya de wonya so enya de aka ne se ye nyina de beka yen e de abom about ye ko asa na ye ko no they always vanquish and the victors at the end of the day no as a patriot as a democrat we jitum say anko yamawa we come together and go and prosecute the election in 2024 no, there's no template, there's no formula. Because Obiaba Odi Eta Nagana for decided this is the first time MPP want to serve a record. We want to make sure that we'll go beyond that 8. So you need competent people, you need people with capacity, people who are demonstrates sa opportunity to say akonya idea money obetumi aso. Enu na me ka kire me mamfo no say ni kwata that is global organization enye headquarters ye dino. Enye party headquarters ye dino. Ye dino form. It's a purely retail campaign. Yeah. And it was here conform. They did team on focus. You muti he or tin was one no ya. Or come back as blade. How they cow. You need to go down and explain. A tongue who you why ye. Because sebi Ghana the cost is not limited here. And now Uko America, they are still struggling. Uko America, Oka fuel as them. Just at our backyard here in Nigeria. A major exporter of crude, a major exporter of refined oil and petroleum products. Yes, salai. Yes, salai.
So, I'm not managing omu diye ya.
Me see, omu yes salai. So, but say, sabi. Petrol no. A two kakra na woso aye di no ade yedi empudu juma okoma nyina. Enubia de twa ban adwuma foka na de ade nyina. Enti se meti ho na se mi go vehicle. Na se be nya petrol and na no pay me be ka Ghana sem wa me da ba se be nya petrol how do I come here but se be yedi kakra beto so na metumi aye abaye bi papa man faso baso de won na ye metia me nka se efom ye mrew efom ye de but as a ban no wasudie ne se obon ho modern se nyama ekoso nya abedane ama Ghana for and want to because NDC what you ban no you never brought manna from heaven man from man free through Edia Begromwa, we saw what your mama did in this country. And the Aya Mokasa, I was here Kabichero. Then can you Yamini and this what say? You are not saints. Chamanyaba.
Yeah. Yami.
Yeah.
Kumasi, what to me shebi?
Yeah. Now, Titus
Glover.
Titus Glover. The course so I cry. What me I can Jessica PAP or in Kamasa. You was our conference there call was here. Onka. And what done unifier. Now unifier they say afterthought of the conference.
I say in the party na so much baby so be to say.
Na the mayor to a banana na ubusa e musa say matu awie dey nsi.
Say the between the nyina aka.
And officer 10 1 to question na say.
Ana ya bisa me question bi na ba chesa na me answer.
Oh there be say.
Na me adi jan this fusu be da biti bi da. Ya bisa wasa.
Ya busa say the course so.
Getagra. And the course of Getagra. And you report na mama.
Dara.
Yes sir.
The course is MPP for ebe kire sika.
How?
One tie as a radiago. Was we 2,000 when you are 22
votes.
1,000 calculated 1,000 to each delegate. And Ramitie Amwakuba, the political science lecturer MPP ni wachira deɛ wɔ Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Ɔsi untumi tua 10,000 per delegate.
Ɔsi yɛsi.
Ɔsi ɔno ɔsi. Ɛna ɔde no ho tua 7,000 per delegate. Owie wan fancy hɔ a ɔsi ɔmu wie no obi nso so koraa san de dollars san fa akyire so san de ma untumi. So at the end, when you are going for, and then see how, Abronye, I'm also told, alleged, say 7,000, and an opponent to 5,000. Over Eastern Regional, Gabi Ochirako block, Omutia, and Brian Champo block, no so Mutia, what there, nay, pa Utia says no to assess Utia for, no to for. Just a show of money.
Idea what see na say when hu say wo ho
Me pa cho bebre UTV for mo dey central for koi mo dey the best, you covered everything catch them say one tea reporters in kind so mo call ground ho no we chewe na mo tie free me for the first time catch them ana as onyi ma no
with you
utie me. Oh, there's some okay na me busa say
reporters say what see na say
dem just reporters no man can say grounds ho bibi sa akọ
say yes na omo so mo tie na mo kan ya
yes omo na no mo ho na tie na me am agwanti me tie but the point is that this is what happened ebi ni say asarbedi akọ wo ye candidate say nyame na me kan ti we nya yes you ana amwakoba wo ko obi say the titles go here ono so ba ye no enye the course ni the yi na mum the ma yi wo bi and ono be kan. But the point here is that omo conference na kire me ade ba ako ade a kire me ne say ahokire wo man no so na do danko akufu ade ne na abai e bon no enye Ghana fo nko an MPP fo ankasa itself no e come de ompa because already delegates na e call ye no Mepacho, MPP women organizers, almost all of them are school feeding caterers. School feeding, Bosume Bakumuni away, or Moonward Ganima Karabia school, they are on strike. And non crying hard you almost say, I bind the Omaka. Unti. So, omo chiri omo kese pa o Ghana has say MPP women organizers omo ye school feeding caterers sankrofo no so omo na so ye delegates ni bi o ti omo call ye no they decided on when a maye kese at least enya ye nkofie bi nya kakra to dia na ma yere ni yamba se na nado ama man ya say ya yentimi nto petro yentimi nto ya kai omo call so clearly you understand baby about one ye den call. When say omo delegate no so omo wa test confor so ye den ewo test confor no so omo so to aba nti oba Ashanti region untumi say test confor na ye de aba omo ana beto others ne say omo so nya qualified ye mpene voter region e si be si test confor e be free training college nurses training college e be free teacher training college e be so other universities me pa cho nurses training college 4 months ni into your allowance right teacher training bobo enro akwa the teacher training for so mo ba omo nto plastic chairs no mo famra because abani ni furniture e wo school mo metana so teacher training for omo to koto abani bi definitely when they go there come do omo ya bani ntu ya omo ka obekwa akwa koto aba based on ni bottom then most of them delegates na koya na napco trainees napco fo so be bosomi nsia ni yentu ya omo ka akom di wom and awunya hu de me ba yo mo ko grounds won hey hungry people hungry lions thanks to Nanado Danko Akufuado eti they go there to make sika and decide on when the be my kese because at the end no den ya sankrofo ye koyi wo mi omo de be ko opposition nti mama nya bibi kakra mfa nkonko tena fie na me nso to me ho out so it became who could pay high and that is what the game was and esiwo baby I mean people became rich I catch you say MPP before omo wa bam na omo be ko opposition a ho na omo magana fo nkwara sha ase se yebusa se opese o ye de what do you want to be in future and ka obusa na o say under NDC obusa akwara bi say what do you want to be in future say I want to be a doctor I want to be an engineer I want to be a nurse I want to be this MPP obusa akwara is opese say I want to be a delegate
sa no mo campa
akwara say they want to be delegates no kwara so delegate bi o say MPP delegate and I say I will have to go to education ministry and let them try to change friends say courses na ye school mo na yem fa course bi a how to become a delegate of an MPP so yem fa me but me sure say we may not even get lecture rooms for Kwara who want to go to school and study how to become delegates in an MPP party. They are destroying the fabric of this country. If you say so, conference now titles global reconciliation. Their course when they say the could decide who will be their executive. And interestingly, incumbents who tells you that the incumbents always
yeah, me so they need the Kumasi aba. They are no so who Kumasi no akeka no.
Na who be?
I was say.
Wa musa something. Or grounds who
but me one can be beer kasam sa nkyere me de. Yeah.
Aja.
What they say ja? What to baby din dwe o.
Mente me baby din sir. Aja say ye nyina ye Ghana for na ye nyina so ye wo political system no. Nti DSC wo obi party mu no. Say won so wo take queue na wo de ebo wo bra. Na aja mechi adwuma ko faraba na machia honorable Daniel Nekwate Titus Glover, the incoming national organizer for the New Patriotic Party. Openini wa ye adwuma obo apro na omote office omofi say omo betumi awene national organizership and as positions no omo ngina yie but ne ngina depend and say ewo delegate so but no ho asem na ye ba beken na machia Lawyer Justin Kodia, the incoming General Secretary for the New Patriotic Party.
What the hope still?
And then, Machia Chief Bini, baby will be I'm sure so share. No Machia Agbesi Segbefia. Aja, asema abeto dwane but then me delivery na be basa because NPP ni bia oyenness I friend Kezia or share minti or monitor me pass the mingo ni party na animasi. But I will say it as it is. Ajamo two issues are met in it ba kon ye de odi abetudwe. Efa aba ye to ye wo NPP mu regional executives. Ajakwabna honorable ekasa nicely but at some point na oka about few on one asem mentie no
Honorable, I feel what the among politics there for what we have gotten to. Yeah, politics are any few and film. As we speak, Honorable Board Nigeria, that is where I became concerned. Nigeria, almost diesel. And then Ghana, your diesel, AIP, in terms of per liter and maybe per gallon. But about petrol and kasankasa, Nigeria, 13 Ghana cedis per gallon. 13.4, I should say. All the dollars more 1.575 and a more ton. Into more fuel and kasankasa no cheaper compared to Ghana. Only diesel. But I'm surprised that diesel cost which petrol. Some time ago it was the other way around.
Yeah.
But this time around, I mean the cost.
Cars kesi nintra.
Aja, as someone or the other today, I want to challenge the special prosecutor regarding Sika aye chewo sa voting ya election MPP for koye, especially Ashanti region. Any other regions are able. But I must also say special prosecutor in the first place the mandate here is to deal with corruption, isn't it? But the best way of dealing with corruption and it's about preventing into rumors ayate allegations ayate any new. In fact, there are no more rumors or allegations regarding monies that are distributed during elections. The nocturnal activities no more here scandal and the young fan say any hobby. But election as a voting grounds and Crawford Yisika say to Abamame ostensibly buying vote buying at the voting grounds. Say as we speak, special prosecutor has been in this country for a very long time. Now say we request staff from the people of Ghana. Your man in office, your son and staff, I don't know more. I would have thought, say, based on rumor, maybe I stand to be corrected, probably why. But one contracted any of his staff and now say independent think tank bodies to go on the ground to monitor and bring him back information now. Because this is authentic information, pictorial evidence, voice and video. So when yes, then he has no business in being in office. In the sense, say, you don't sit down for somebody to come and report to you. I can't just say, bring me evidence. You must have sent people to prevent that from happening. And now say, send people to infiltrate or take evidence. The moment they bring it to you, and yes, so people can say, I gave 1,000 Ghana cedis per delegate, and I got 22 votes. And you don't know, so they are prosecuted Nipano. But when it happened, somebody came out to say, that particular issue is with him. He is dealing with that particular issue. But in the sense, say, these are the, and that was one of the examples. Those were the assembly, by this time, I said special prosecutor before say to Abano. Now what them to monitor, to get evidence for yourself. You don't send national security because they are all in the soup. Until who are sending on they bring you cogent evidence. A fimbia ni ho. Until the ever toss who ebema was and more de I do. Any the allegations are media personnel making and as a party officials making. Now when yes idea, he has no business in being in office. So far, no, the first special prosecutor in the person of Yobra Martinamidu, we described him as somebody who was writing epistles, isn't it? The current special prosecutor has become somebody who has been giving us list. I have a number of these cases. I have to so and so. We haven't seen any tangible case in Bia. You can say what dear at least a Diabwa Ghana.
So by Yanche, so you should move quickly.
Evidence.
Say there's so many evidence based on
evidence. How many years? I can't how many years to be for office. Don't forget, say Yanyaba power, he will go out. We'll take him off. You understand?
I didn't. Or Yana Jumeya didn't have taken off.
Don't level no Yana Jumeya. Another one Pamono. Or Pamono.
Sunny age, no, yes, 60 years.
Who told you? I am Mamma, Katakata, no Masosa. But what the young fair, no true, not young cancer special prosecutor. We have two heavy events coming. The national executives and the presidential, that's the flag bearer. A horn is going to be boom, boom, boom. So if you did not take the challenge, you were not proactive in sending people to go and check this particular one. I am urging you to send your people or to contract any of the agencies as the Codeo and all those people are there. Take them because they will not compromise with their integrity. Send them to the grounds. Let them look at what will be happening on the voting grounds. The amount for akwa na najo de yemfa ho. But the jam matwa eno tell no. Yeah, nuaba Sarajwa Safo. What is happening? These are the topics that I feel say it should become a consistent issue for us to discuss. This woman has left Parliament more than 6 months now. But he broached us in a bayari. And we are joking with it. And interestingly, when she was granted interview, she referred to the president as the one who knows everything about her regarding the reason why she's been absent over the maximum 15 days that parliamentary rules, Emma say you can go on leave, you can ask for permission for 15 days. Ne bayare. Of course, family first. But we are asking you, people in Kwabenya left their families, they followed you and voted for you. You have abandoned them. Is Adwa Safo telling us that she cannot afford a nanny and not say any of the sisters to go and take care of that boy for at least a month, not at least every 2 months, on to me Konkoshana. Adwa Safo cannot afford that. To go to America once in a month or once in 2 months. On to me, yes, I know. Somebody can take care of the child. Is the child bedridden? There's a deep secret, and probably the only person who knows is the president. Ministers are angry at the president. We have heard it. They are angry over his inactions and his inability to take a decisive action to either ask Adwa Safo to step aside for a by-election to happen or whatever it is. Of course, Parliament never said, but somebody must urge Parliament to take this decision. And for that matter, media houses, I urge you, of course, also probably, she has issues with the party. We want to know.
That's why I saw a gender minister. As a gender minister, so no pay attention. Ama or sister won't pay attention, man and mano. Ama the ministry I reflect say I want to so I better to reflect.
Gender minister who is taking care of the children of Ghana, or the gender sex of Ghana. Obankwa no gender. America we minister.
So we fear here now to me about to be says.
And you see, we fear here, you have people who can take up this responsibility. And who told you say the banner yari or yari kolebun to me akolado? Who told you? Samena me yari and madam ko America. Me was that scan him. Most of the expenses that she's making is coming from you, your pocket and my pocket.
We are sure.
Of course.
I was there home.
A country baby or started say okay. Me ne won yanti han yesi 120,000 Ghana cedis. E dey confer no fee America by so me vote on 11. Me ne wo yanti ha na private jets were being hired across the globe to bring in ministers. It is your money and my money. And she must be accountable to the people of this country and Kwabenya people.
Okay.
And that is what I'm saying. Okay. So hold up that discussion and make sure that we bring the Adwa Safo holding of the country or the party to ransom to a closure. Okay.
Me that say, I say majority leader kra aka ho asem ti minimum say party no e handle na fi parliament so to me handle omo de niye.
Actually,
enti am fa be some we share asem ba ko a e wo ha Ministry of Rules, Works and Housing the Abanwa. Asam no em say ano hye kakra. Say sika yedi ewura drainage ahodo esise yemu no. Sika de ewuram ne aye about 12 omo ye hwehwemu efa 12 kilometers ho. Now we say a special audit conducted by the Auditor General's Department on the drain indicates that the Hydrological Services Department of the Ministry of Works and Housing invested over 117.7 million Ghana cedis within the 5 years to construct 110 kilometers of drains to tackle flooding. However, the department did only 12 kilometers, representing 11% of the target, leaving 89% of the target unmet. Now, share Hannah say, out of 27 drainage projects selected for the audit, 15 had engineering defects that contributed to flooding. Again, the auditors discovered that from 2015 to 2019, the Hydrological Service Department failed to construct any of the retention ponds targeted for 18 drainage basins. Until reasons normal may delay in completion of stagnation of construction and resulted in the problems such as choking of ongoing drain by weeds and blah 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 blah. And say, and to share the tough abumuno. Sika ye say ye de wura mu ye say ye de wura drainage no 117.7 million Ghana cedis. And na ye na 110 kilometers of drainage and ye. Na emu just 12% kilometers per 12 kilometers per no we represent about 11%. Now wo share niama hodo ewu mu na adwuma na ye no edu baabi no yantoa so nti amanwira atwoku ni nyina efi aye homa amentumi enko afei ade ba kon say retention ponds targeted for 18 drainage basin no wo mo anye ya we sasemi mema 5 minutes
that's it
e ka ho bi ena ma nsuo yira fa yen nti de bia ye ka ena nsuo yire o ena nsuo yire o we just 12 kilometers per no mo ye out of the 110 kilometers no just 12 kilometers audit no mo ye nti de aka ni nyina no yenim say the city. Are we serious as a country when it comes to this?
But we are not serious. I mean, that's the simple answer. We are not serious. And the people of Ghana, because after we employed them. It is important that they become accountable to us. And don't forget, they are under a ministry. And some of them under certain assemblies. This current administration. Legitimate. Legitimate. Ebimu ye MP omolizu omunkonya. Juma na omaye no. Omo raise omo certificate. Friend interim something certificate. I or whatever. C or something. To pay them has become a problem. The money that was pumped into this particular issue, 117 million Ghana cedis. Is it Ghana cedis or dollars? Cedis. Which was meant to construct drainage put together by 110 kilometers. 12 kilometers per no. Out of the 12 kilometers, no much percentage no. Out of 27 no more expected, 15 had engineering defects. Who is in charge of the supervision? Who is in charge of monitoring? Who must be fired? Fire will be a. So that is how they will spend our money. Where is the 117 million Ghana cedis? Did that 12 kilometers of drainage take all the 117 million Ghana cedis? Who was in charge? Who was the engineer? Under which ministry? Under which assembly? Nti aja you think say sanya murasem we bet me a desperate group of companies say you produce this way production line wo de 12 na best and what to me 12 na best and what to me you produce special ice 20 na eba no you 5 20 na eba. This is what is happening. Deliberate stealing of public funds. And at the end of the day, I was saying it some time ago, Honorable Nko, you were not happy with me. I was asking the use of the parliamentary, how do you call it, Public Accounts Committee. People go and sit there, and we see them from their speeches and their actions. Everything shows that they have embezzled money. You remember somebody said, to err is human. When he has mismanaged, spent Ghanaians' money, the taxpayers' money, one fine yet will deal with an you can't say to err is human. As we speak, since Public Accounts Committee bisa me say nipa bempa yet me a jail. It's not about just refunding the money. People must be punished for the wrong they do to this country or money and cost. E bi ne ye kan and we actually not hack. I think last week or so or 2 weeks ago. Say the finance minister just asked Ghana ye bo bosia fi DK poison hono. Finance minister should borrow us money because they have the money in their houses. Ghana sika no a ebini yi wo ho no. Ghana sika na ni ba bia wo. Economy na aye chenchene sa no. The monies are in their homes. They are keeping it under their beds. Some of them have open accounts in other countries. They are taking the monies out because some of the monies they know that the Koto Bank will unless their own banks, even their own banks, and there are people who may leak it. And for that matter, it will be better we keep it in our homes. Your amount contract say drains. Now, Obia Jibese 10-20% every. Along the line, everybody is collecting percentage.
Now, somehow okay, you know, sorry, they were here between I say go being passes, go be feeling as a phone. You will so be your baby. I'll be between
a vivid example of what is alleged to have happened at Ashanti region. It's kind of multi-channel. You think somebody went to bank and withdrew all those monies and started giving out. These are monies that they have stashed at homes. I am my people have monies at homes. Yet, people have monies at homes.
Said you'll be an aqua brain, the Juma.
I didn't
Juma, yeah, and when you're second or
I been and rich you're discussing. Say, John, dear Ben Bren or Bray, you as a canning our dear investment. We must speak truth power, regardless, because look, me that is my fear. The kind of mayhem that we are causing now, a conisia, some renebi and my back of to me. Likewise, in we ministers, or more disbursed funds for the various projects. Until we are at dear Mobi Huntona. What's who want to? Armed robbery, who records a punipa, a Jessica. Why you think that the person was born an armed robber? It is the society you have created. And it is important we criticize and speak the truth to correct society. I guess I have a bread dachi. The better you dachi in your man. Aja, me I mean, the evidence are there. Robbing here and there. Bullion van kura airquan, nipa kwabrane is not afraid to kill or to shoot and take the money from a bullion van. Abrewabi agin is Kenrechi. Could you imagine young boys? Abrewan or credit bag no motion. I just can't finish them. It is our leaders who created that society. And because we don't have an ideological setting for our country, nobody can say the country first. No. Obia will say watching into me first. How can you create so-called free SHS? And we have graduates coming out, and then they don't have jobs to do. And what is the most important, bizarre issue about the system that you're creating in Ghana? I don't say, I want to believe, say, the whole world, nobody is practicing that. Say, once a warrior school, I will pay a Jumayano. State institution, I will apply, you have the qualification. You must pay between 5,000 to 10,000 before you are employed. All the security agencies.
What's your mind?
Those who matters. Even those who have sent protocol, they pay between 5,000 to 10,000. All the security agencies, nurses, they pay before they are employed. What kind of society have you created? We are building a society that will spill venom on us. And you know what we are talking about. Every institution, every state institution, what kind of society is that? Will you go to any other country across the globe? Now, what year school you qualify? Fine. But say but pay 5,000 Ghana cedis, 10,000 Ghana cedis, 7,000 Ghana, and send your phone. Who pay say? Why won't I steal when I go into that employment? Aja, you are some money po.
You are some money po. Me da se pa na. Ya mean. Ya share sa some way see. Sa flooding some. Say no. Utu say so mo ka so mo ye auditing e wo sa projects a wo do nyina ho a. Em se kakra ye hunu wa ha kura no. Wo gidi say yebetumi a hu bibi amade ekoi etumi abrase san so hwe a edu ba bi nso a se ye di sika be man tam na contractors na ye adwuma no na edu san so hwe a ebinu mu kire se adwuma mo ye aduru ba bi esan se sika emment no ono so contractor no wajai nti wajai nti ama finwira efufu wo gatasi no mu na ti ababo ape so wo ho eno ka ho bi na manaisa de na so se ye so man na sa hawo ya ye komu afibia no ebetumi afiri wa maye.
Well, aja me jidi say this topic na we have to look at it from different angles. Number one, aban or chair akudwa so okay investigations now. It means that project started in 2015 and expanded to 2019. Let's just say was here yes and your way. So indeed it started. Yet me 12 kilometers. So you want to ask say the period of 2017 to 2019 project na store what has been the cause of it? And I say, oh yeah, why don't you say finding out the entire no SCR? You come to realize say and your contractors na person be a juma. But they are buying and committed or serious with project etisa. Reason is simple. So in Ghana, almost your project biya ye construction biya no the friend of pre-financing. I just say contractor no your mau contract no. Very few ones and a war near a friend of mobilization. Inti okwaji contract no a bi wo ho near be mau sika kakra say mobilize yourself to a site. But bebre na kra the mobilization biya ni so the contractor will have to mobilize the home. Now the mobilization the kra no eja we raise fair certificate say about 20% mobilization, 10%, maximum is 30%. Say about 30% mobilization the expect you so be say your fair certificate we juma na obeye no sika obeje no should be more than the 30% na the amount, so that abino will take the 30% no out. Now the can or the akwa. So where you have contractors man a contract na petrol near ton of 14 cities. The same contract sum within a space of 1 year, petrol no or ton of 50 cities. Ontimi nye juma because they have to vary the quotations. Say now high excavator and a debate 2 at the noon before. Say no no 1 hour biano or 2,500 during the time of the NDC. And then or a day biano 8,000 per day. It is a construction the man one. So the quotation here 1 million Ghana cedis. As at now, so 1 million or the car, so 1 kilometer, be I want to mean even a quarter of a kilometer with that amount. Because a buying one casa itself, no to mean to and the car out front, a man to me and to us. A buying one mismanage or mine to the extent to say Nsroma keeps skyrocketing. Nsroma boy yeding. So contractors today and another danko kufuado. And to me yet bold enough and say my base may supply UTV4 with special eyes. And this amount I'm the best supply. When you're sure obey me aye because the next day you know special eyes in able 2 more mountain because of a Nsroma cost will mine. Meanwhile, also na sign contract to say what they this much in the best supply. So the abayani say obeja adwuma na tenase. Aban is also unable to fulfill the promises why to the people of this country. Into contractor no why raising the certificate all right. How many contractors are buying do omoka as at now? And Abino doesn't care. Into contractors are incurring huge cost. But yeah, Yanni said, we don't speak to to the support of contractors way, because report here the Abbey is rather suggesting and you become kekra and contractors in a show the work. Contractors in a jaya human they are to her. That is what we see. But about any part of it, a contractor for Netimia, you, Mojumano, my year. We are not talking about it. That is where the problem is. And it looks like Abanwe Ankasa crowd here. Be about Abanwe as tall our form. If you look at a year report on what, or say fact sheet. See, according to statistics at National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, 510 people perished in 1,446 flood occurrence between the period of 2015 to 2020. Also, 54,744 houses were inundated with flood water, which have also destroyed about this. So if these figures are anything to go by, Abani should be scared. The reason is that flood victims here come to us NADMO will have to do some bit of a support. Abani will have to go in. But it's a flood in there and see, I'm sure say the struggle of NADMO. But I have a man who can say NADMO, NADMO, there's no release. So Abani waiting now and the support to disaster victims. Yeah, so I can't report your Baba so much. They don't even have it. Even on my way. So money is so broke. Be our money more side to the extent that we cannot even have money to pay contractors. But Abani will not struggle to get money to hire presidential private jet. No, they are 14,000 per an hour. What they call the number you make Jarias Ababa. Are we serious as a country? I want a mini organizer. Say we are not angry enough. Yet we are okay. We are not showing any sign to tell this government to say, my friend, what ye dia agorodo. It looks like you came to just enrich yourself. Everything about this country, aquaform, but not the lifestyle and the living conditions of Nanado Danko Akufuado and Nabam for. Anyhow, everything is at a standstill. Maybe I say, why do we blame contractors on this? Well, contractor ni yentuyanka. Obeyde kwa ya de no. Okako fasika no ewe he. Abino yentuyanka. Abino is also not doing any variation of these contracts because yatoto nyoma. Abino doesn't care. Ni nyoma na what to me. Does nothing about it. And many titles global benyina kan say Nigeria akra ma shorto
Omusalai.
Omusalai no.
Nanya no correct.
Omutobe. Na Togo, what is a Togo salai? Togo. Nigeria or oil. And you want to say Nigeria oil kakraka and almost salai. Agana edi any oil ni biwa. The oil wa. We cannot compare our population to Nigeria. And definitely Nigeria for benya enough oil because they have a very big land size than yenye dia. But it's a Nigeria for top a year SLI no mutwa. Ghana should be happy because Nigeria for top SLI no matter. And then Nigeria for SLI to a year we see. And then during the days where we had difficulties in electricity. Many titles global no mama mechanic so Nigeria for cry or money light cry into Ghana for Mumfanita. When John Mahama was struggling to fix the Doomso situation and eventually solved it. At that particular moment, I didn't mind your comparison with Nigeria. Because Nigeria cried, now after 30 minutes in Doom lighter, or more Nepa no, or more Bonabaso. So today the miracle come 30 minutes, light no go off. Nigeria. But no much incompetence. Now do super to the power 3 incompetence and the account I was in Nigeria for Salai to a year. Then you want to again come and tell me, say, Nene Boydin, say, when you be then. What kind of life is that? You said you want to come and do something better. Over better now, near top through 14 cedis per gallon, a whole gallon. And then we are buying a liter almost at that 14 cedis. A liter. Gallon no near ton 4.5 near the 14 cedis a ton. Today we are buying a liter which is 1/4 of a gallon for the same amount. And you sit here and you want to tell me, say, why you be PPR about this? Oh my, it's down. I was just making a what I'm saying, basically, into my phone. What's me ask? Beginning of this year, basically, abandoning to me and to my 4 the end of the month. It next month and that is tell you how bad the economy is. So I tell you that you're simple analogy and analysis of the situation on the ground.
And to deal said then
Abino na was your pamno. Abino na was your pamno, but you were a long time to pam Abino in about 2 years to come. But then Ghanaians also show Abino say, look, you bet two the way I owe you bet two. And let's see if Nana you say, Yomatiwa, Omugana for break the 8, break the 8, break the 8. I'm to my 4 amoya or my one or the break 8. I don't know taking Ghana for a ride. So I'm moving Ghana for 7. Yanko Skundi. We break the 8. And another don't go for who am going to pass one ferris or Gazans and some more. Baby Okubia. Say, I will be the first president to hand over to my who hand over my wine. The super incompetent government. Bawomiana waye bibia wakàn ho aboama mochi cd koma IGP kura na asa ahwira fan bottom ade na IGP ni bottom ate. I didn't know say IGP say the bottom ate. Ni etimi de key nu ko shemu ana a year to form na ekọ. We have to manage this country to that level. Mbusa honorable Titus Glover say C4 ya life guard fu ya maji omi. You can't go to Omko. I do want to Omako and I fanfare. A man is good at fanfare. You are Bosumi Munimi as Albertans or Mashas here, and the entire car are going on strike. And now for the station for Yentia Omaka, Napua, Yentia Omaka, the Tani allowance, Yentia Omaka. When was the last time our team, Dr. Baumiakas, we have restored teacher training. This year, what is all I can be paying? Well, we have this. We restore teacher training allowance. We restore nurses training allowance.
What is what Pentecost University and Sia Koma lectures. Say okay.
What can we? What is
Pentecost University?
Okay. Onyaku kudu okay. And a school for an amono. At that particular point, they should have stoned him.
No, I didn't stone for what reason?
No, because the man is lying. Why should the vice president of this republic come and stand before students and still be bold enough and stand before them and lie? You see, you're not angry enough. There was a time America president or journalist, I think Iraq or so,
Pakistan.
Yes, because the man was lying before them. Then they can lie to us at any given opportunity and just go scot-free. What kind of a country is that? Oh man, who actually and now Koko do Oko Kumasia. Meaning the last time I go Kumasi. Mibusa now Sunya. Who were Kumasia and the Kumasi for joint beer Kusiasi.
Are they?
Because you're not to me Tonam.
For Nukusia.
Who Nikosiani do Kuma. And them so about Kumasia.
Kusia, Achana Kusia.
Yanwa. Is who and now the Busa will be for joint be a Kusia. What you did for Funo. Funo crying to me tall. That is how hard the country has become. Abraho, Komayanka, and no do my anchor. Like, what they articulate a Gobinia baby party free our umbre. Mayankana, they could kill over 100 cows a day. Today they are struggling to kill 20. Ghana phone in hand and another Danko have 10 vegetarians. And yes, what pet? No, in your pen or pet. One to me talk. It was Yanwa, Osia, Minia. Now you do for joint and want to be told you was women and say my giant num. Who giant number what? Want to mean talk, number boy a ding. A man and yet titles and yet kind of crack.
That's it. I mean, what's one about you call Moon?
Go concert now, brother. Cancer no canoe. I do baby and now. I call na mission.
Okay.
propaganda ni dey won me papa.
Yo.
Or challenge you. Or say Kumasi chop by joints. So won't say you ton and kusia wo ho a. Say nkofo ntimi talk and nam. I mean when you talk like this, Kumasi for mo share no, they will laugh at you.
Yeah.
I challenge you. Before you know, see, so find time. You have cameras there. Say, well, nkofo mo talk. Me ko Kumasi, I would do care me hono. Mo join to be wo corner hono.
Ghana water on.
Ghana water. How them could do? There is no offense actually there. Any Kosia be on top. What is this?
Tabernacle.
Please don't ask me that question.
No.
Somebody here know that. Somebody. These are lies. Mu hear propaganda. You have a skill. You are training mu. Say mu born national television. Mu can't run over go. Who told you? Opening. Makai page 13 of flood control drain project stall. Now the basis of this audit attach Makuma and Madam Masisa Assembly Goyaba. And I quote, Mr. Ayagiba explained that the performance audit was meant to find out whether value for money had been achieved, whether it had been done economically, efficiently, and effectively. If you look at the money that has been spent, yet every year we still have floods. People are complaining and lives and properties are lost. So it became very imperative for the audit to be done, he said. Quote and unquote. Now, which is Sika Yediako ship? You person who said there's any value for money. Because sabi ya yetiti nyina yesika je to de agye yediko ye say dwuma kase yesi. Because amanfo japade essay amanfo ewu enti audit no ye no opeso make sure say aso sika na ye de ye dwuma no ye nyamfa so e de free so ana. And for me I'm happy say audit for ye say dwuma we aye boy okanya kan say o see the team found that although the drainage master plan featured prominently in the hydro service department medium-term plan, budgetary allocations had not been made for its annual plans of the Ministry of Works and Housing since 2023. And the hydrological service department and the Ministry of Works and master plan for hydro, see, there's no budgetary allocation.
From
2013.
2013.
So what are they there? And you see, Ghana did never be diagro. And not because I'm a member of government. Say bibi e kosene nyama yenka. Who say it? We will say it. Or see, out of the 27 drainage projects selected for the audit, 15 had engineering defects and contributed to flooding. Yeah, can be. Or see, who is doing the supervision? Who come Ministry of Works and Housing? We have a whole department responsible for monitoring and evaluation. Every project there's an engineer that is assigned to it. Who makes it concrete? Who is cement? And mix here. You have some level. I will say come.
Yes.
And some would say, what are all those engineers? Where are all those engineers? And yet it all. And the Sika was here, you see, some of us, when we come and sit on national television, issues like this, when they come, we will find it very difficult to defend. Now, see, you discuss it. You share project, you say. Now, see, you share. And people have been appointed. People have been given jobs. I go for the Jubilee House, or no free Jubilee House, or no much you want to go. Yeah.
Oh, sir.
Is that who should come from the Jubilee House to come and supervise the work being done?
Hey.
Of course, once a while. Or free Jubilee House or Tin I see nothing wrong about it. But problem now they can say. You do money seeker and you must say. And we are director, we are officer, we are minister. You do Jumakase that show someone. It's not about Friday is the other way to waste him. Now we're going to Friday. There should be a solution. There should be a solution. And in so return in Yamasa, what the cameras they do with you. So because the rain is every year in Subaba. So and the moment I want to this current year, provisions better with their tour because in so never to be Yamidi in one chair, in so never saba. A bad next year, 2023, provisions better with the Guac, said in the sea, and Sibu. We are joking.
I'm
very upset.
Yes. Because Sikabe Brebe Yakoko Uremuya.
I'm totally upset. Look, heads must roll on this thing. Mr. President, heads must roll. What is this? Many of you, what are we doing? Are you pumping money? You pumping money? You pumping money? And people's lives are being lost? You see, the audit did something. I see, we have not taken clue from what happened in the June disaster. Oh baby, I marked it. I marked it somewhere.
Yeah, June 30th.
June 30th.
The recommendations
is on my signal. Say I was say it. I said what you want? Na ya de juma show some. We say we I hurry. I was say we na e bogoto. Na make sure say we be ye juma bi e dia share Ghana nyam. President no de juma ni show some. We be share nyam. You don't see them just get cameras to follow you. What is this? Because your party Mayenka, you are Bamiyanka. The Abanya Bobo Nabaso, who say it? I'm part of them. But what is happening? I am not happy.
Yeah, share from time of 2015. We share baby I can now say sir hydrological department, you know. Omo plans in now, but from 2013 up to now, no. On budget, to me allocate budget be ama and one responsibility.
It is the Ministry of Finance.
I've heard it.
So ministry no omo year omo allocation at the core. I will say finance etiska editor no the man. And it's the finance and first can mawa. What can you do?
Yes, can so ban so the idea no so.
And no see the idea asema be. And no see the idea asema be. So clearly, for me, I think heads must roll because the air koso enya me fe. Meni nje. Meni nje kura. Na face so contractors no so omo ye adwuma e wo se yotua nka won twa na ka okopa busia e dia akoto materials e dia ba ye adwuma na se won twa na ka obaji adwuma ndi ato you leave the job undone obaji adwuma no e dia ato o kan so say consequently the drains were choked with weeds, silt, debris, thereby impeding the smooth flow of water and reducing the effectiveness of existing drains to mitigate the flooding. What year Juma to? Why year Juma are raising his certificate? That's one trying to car. Where is he going to get the money to come and continue? And the Juma no contractor even though Juma no you defect what says supervision no echo year. Ye nyasa defect e be. Ni sika no so why year Juma dey call no so ye trying to kai. Out of 800 why only 12%. 12%. And in zone toa, a month for a wound, a month for Japanese essay. And find the Kansas. And to the ocean, we are necessary a chain of a man can say inefficiencies. If we had the inquiry, and then because heads must roll. Mr. President, heads must roll. What is happening?
People are dying.
Okay.
People are losing them.
But that's it.
Tell me, the honorable king. Share sa book we. Western Housing Digest. Now, Uko page a friend is saying 56. Or say Garrett project a measure to address flooding in Odo Basin. In June 2017, Omama Omo preambles, but Sheha or say the financial commitment for the Garrett project, which is in the sum of $200 million at the time, 2017, this money was committed. And you know what the things that they were supposed to do? They were to construct storm drains and then make sure that there were retention points. They say the Odo and the Unyasi, okay, my main was the Garrett project will also directly benefit dense urban settlements and substantial economic activity located downstream of the confluence between the Odo and the Unyasi streams through the development of upstream flood detention ponds. So noise was engineers and you guys were interviewing them. They were going to construct detention ponds. So the fee aburu no ho ana eba ehwiehwie gum kakrakra nti time eba bedu ha na chesa no abrasi nsuo no to wian chese e release no small neko. Where are the detention ponds? Where is the $200 million? This is the problem we have.
Right. Yeah, me that say. The call made by the Auditor General. The Auditor General's department therefore called for timely release of funds by the Ministry of Finance to complete abandoned drain projects to help address the perennial flooding in some parts of the country. It also urged the Hydrology Service Department to allocate sufficient budget to implement targeted drainage facilities needed to mitigate the flooding nationwide. Quote and unquote. So Ministry of Finance emphasized what's the house.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Attach a problem on your
finance minister.
So if you have not releasing the funds, people will die.
The behind presidential jet. And don't bring out almost way when you text message, I'm there, Mama. I say it's text message throw out.
What's it say?
Oh, there make kusiao. Some guys say kumasin. I say can cry bua. Was it please opposite in your whole clinic? There's a kinky joint there. The fish is too expensive, so they only kusiao there. What's actually baby cry oh in your whole clinic. Some guys I don't know you. And I want to free what is supposed to ya diati.
And they say obi opekosia so obi
no. They say who sana dokro ne shitone nam a fish no.
What vegetarians were?
Vegetarians.
When him says circle flood now, we have extensive report on it. Should have marked the turning point in concentrating on our drainage and commit ourselves to it. But as we speak, next year, the the same thing. But the recommendation of NADMO,
2 months, let me show. That's a shoe. Nipa ne wugu no. Say nipa 250 ne kan na bo kra. Now so yet. Yehwa ayi piafo say sika yesi yetwa oil money no ye TBD ato ba bi de twa judgment debt no. Enya de say ye wo mo sere pa ma yenye sa de no. Ye mo sere pa say ma yenye esan say sa oil money no. Eno no ye de niam bebre wo ho a ese ye de ye bi de bi to wa ma akirima ene niam ahodo bi. Why should we then tin say ye nya adwin po say ye betua judgment debt intino ye kotwa sika de ato ba bi na judgment debt ne ba ye de atua yami
bra you see the judgment debt there we are along the line we face CB because we abrogate some contracts be which probably you may not get the right. But where we have a problem, the deliberate causing of judgment debt. Na yasanye atuyahuka. That's a worry. Me can report by Piak. And I'm sure na MPP for home to judgment debt. I'm got judgment debt the enka NDC amino and the co-opposition. But I'm surprised to find out say sir abanwe boka and we say tuya. And that's a serious issue. But going forward, there are a lot of them Oma said that na say no ma create. And now come once so they create it and they find means of paying it. How do they don't struggle to pay? You see, I mean, there's a judgment debt looming, and in the near future, I mean, international buying to your judgment debt. I think I will set an example on that. Now, nipakura ma buying ball sa kano. Ya say charging on what you. May you juma or NADMO 1 year, my salary never came. Me free NADMO no. I prepared everything because Majuma also me tuyanka. The NADMO coordinator the paper at the table so from 2017. And we are proud enough to tell people say na ba ba no watuya. Intuya or sorry I know what radio so no cassette and nado. He's bold enough to be telling people on this. Na nyamiya domina ban is free ho in 8 years. Then sikanu anke bi anke ye 20,000 no. Anyini akwa akoduru bi abe 300,000 ewo honma. Wo si aban ne mba metua. When somebody deliberately caused sa adie no ewo hono. When the time comes, I will fight sa adie no in the law court. So of course aban de meka 20,000 of course, but it's kana urasu akwa akoduru 300,000. Aban de onye mfumso bia. So aban should pay me my 20,000. But the aka who a man over 20,000, whoever is responsible should rather be the person to pay. Say yes, sir, I'm sure people will do the right things. Na yemfa embetena sinkasi will be who he binti. Because of course, oye abam oye dan abam ebiba power. Some people will benefit. Obenya mfaso, obetunya nya contract bi because ebia ni nua bi na danfo bi friend saying aban mu nipa bi eno nyamfom so say when the government changes government na aba no because yamin the contract ne ma tano ntino aban na ba fro ko wa win contract no legally obetumi take aban no on for aban no to pay the sika enke de be project no rather than the amount will be a man simply because of a dream binti. Now buy na boka because our project na kasa say be the aban will have to now go and look for sika and come and do it. And sometimes we be hemu kra no because a breach of contract na penalties wo hunti. Nipa ni sika no obeje no kra so sen de enkia bia de be den ye de be project no. And ubasa tena se be find out na just say yakwaye ebinum so kura business say o ade ne yenye yen break no yen terminate no na fa chire bra fa paper bra oye right say obenya compensation ti fa bra ne yenje compensation ne yen kono ekwe de ne yen
sa na akoso wo aban mu abeku sabi
sa ni hunu some of the judgment that we are talking about. For instance, when a regional minister sits down and says Obienya concession, and I'm talking about the Ibrahim Muhammad's concession in him. And regional minister be did to me and stop Jumano on the basis when basis be how ni say ni former president intino must stop no me ma onya Jumano and put it down. When he says I didn't travel through the course to a point where the Ibrahim Muhammad was seeking compensation from the government.
The project
in a project here and ubetina say ni nua former president na former president or the Ghana say check ni nua, but they are the same people are so confident to say yam fan China for so as no Ibrahim Muhammad want me nya ho adwuma no yam fan China for nya Ghana nimpo yam fan China no fan ye den no fan enko. But at that particular moment nipa no processes of firm ni na wo dey air con. Did we look at it in any way to say, I didn't may stop one? A bet me a course so a year secretary at the ama a year abino. This illegal means of stopping Ibrahim Muhammad from mining at the in a Hini bauxite site. But Chinabi, and definitely in 2025, this government is going to leave office. May assure say by now more how they will push the elephant to the bush. The first part, two knows where they. And at that particular moment, when we look at our regional minister and the first woman Ghana will be a Ghanaian a bo kasa. Ne koko base sa nipa kro no deserve any payment whatsoever. Ufi say I was here ma buying it. The regional minister should be held responsible because he acted wrongly. While acting in the interest of Ghana, to so shame Ghana, the welfare causing financial loss should be applying to some of these termination of contracts. Then send a signal from whoever or Chinebubenya opportunity atina baby to be able to do the right thing. Papa bi akwa see war etwa RCC asase wa cross no ye the main road wa twam wa to fence wa den etwam You listen to the regional minister. And then I won't stop on was you. You're sharing crater. Say, yeah, you because so judgment debt. It's yen no one day. Now, we see a dino your day. But that same regional minister didn't look at the exposure. Sir, assassinate, ye trap fence, ye defense where trap a road mono. Ever calls to the regional coordinating council. And now I know can say regional coordinating council warning a book from because of assassinate will be a talk. I will see a what be assassin so I'm an regional coordinating council war. And now I say, so who is going to work on the war? When is it your to assassin? Ya hwe no say aban asase ya tonwa ma no on si dan because we MPP ni no onye and now say it is the regional minister who sat on concern and said say na djuma nam say we dey MPP ni nti me emfa ne sanka no nkoso na wonsi na wo na bu no why na bu akwa kotua sa ade no. I think that when it gets to a point where regional minister what na say hwe e ma obi yes ade no aban ne boka no is using his own personal pocket money e dey tua enka be ye but we hwe mo no aban no will hear back money and go and construct the wall again when you will be not ayama abanade aboka. So I'm looking at it from this point. Why would we sit down and create the problem and now sa oil money ya they are to baby sika ye be hwama nchirima anya biya den or china be when there's no oil they will benefit and I say ibinyes can do baby a young conquer scam free amano no we better say no wash that cost of financial loss and we will use that money to pay those big
Honorable Titus Grover, me kai ya me kasa no kasa me say on the no nim say answer na judgment debt dey ene ABNDC co opposition. Nti no nim say e wa ha meaning so mo time no na da judgment debt tutua no na wo ho e na momo baaye. Se no ba bia kokoduro no utie pia fa sam na mo ka no a u tie kwa kire ye pa na say I don't know say kan say a deliberate move bi say ye ntwe sika infanto ha na sa judgment debt ba ye de atua ending say etena say ma judgment debt ne ba in the first place ni atua I quite remember say na I think somewhere last year also na ye say ye could judgment debt about 1.7 million dollars bi am attorney general kra kan say yankwan kutua say sika no a e ka me say o man ka ebebo no that's the anamo esisi etuo no say the be ya yenko boka kese emrusa. Why do we have to sit all the time say ye twanya ma judgment debt aba na sika kakra ebenya bibi no na ye de kwakotua judgment debt na asamba betena se na ye wo ma na judgment debt aba ye tua kwali a nipa eni mo hwe ye kwa ne se ni bra
obra mi da se biom Nana Akufo-Addo aban en sheda in the annual budget funding account a create space say ye di sika etuo di akotua judgment debt ye ba mo yenye sada and that is a departure from NDC for the no ye trase ni kukuska say we the akotua judgment debt in the annual budget funding account. That is what they did. And into that is the che. Ebrana all year ruling on the why you must have no. Also they create to loot and they share. That is a clear distinction between an MPP-led government of Akufo-Addo and that of the NDC. And the annual budget funding account, the Kukus can shame. Yen trance ni yen kase we judgment we ya go say chire ni aye ye wi na for chayonga. We don't do that. But we share story no more. Or say piak for engage media no on the way forward. Omodjuma no mo ye na ade and e be pium say ye di oye sika di bi akotua judgment debt. And into ade no e ha won bi ye pa no. Na wo kan story no a one Mr. Defo oh yeah, chairman of one of the subcommittees of PIAC, audit team, you know, or your statement way, and I quote, he said the committee assumed that the debts were due to non-payment of work done in the infrastructure sector. Throwing more light on the situation, he explained that such development should not have happened because budgets were provided for such contract, quote and unquote. Or see, yɛ de sika no bi ekotua infrastructure even is a project na saa adwuma na yɛ no so yɛ wɔ budget wɔ ho and asɛm obi sane sɛ budget sika na yɛ de to wɔ no ɛfa yifa this is what the man is telling us Mr. Defo anka and what say yɛ de yɛn nsa koraa ɛkɔka ɔyɛ sika no there was budget available for the particular project na yɛ no and the identity na says sika no yɛn ni hɔ a yɛn fa nkɔtua ka ansa na yɛkɔfa ɔyɛ ne sika kɔtua so we need to interrogate and find out yɛ de kɔyɛ bibi foforɔ bibi foforɔ no den yɛ de kɔyɛ yɛ na wo kɔyɛ no na wo nim sɛ wo expect sika bi baabi na wo de abɛhyɛ wo so that the dwuma na yɛ no ne yɛ de tua ka na me expect sɛ audit wo yɛ no dwuma na yɛ de yɛ no anka bɔbɔ so de ama yɛ what kind of infrastructure project ɔsi yɛ de yɛ infrastructure project what kind of infrastructure project anka wɔ sɛ ɔka kyerɛ yɛ ba wo gya no saa na akɔyɛ bibi a ɛwɔ hɔ ka kyerɛ yɛn sɛ adwuma A B C D yɛ de akɔyɔ yɛ bɛyɛ no yɛ de sika to hɔ sɛ yɛ wie a yɛ mfɛntua ka ba ansa na yɛ bɛyɛ wie no na sika na yɛ de bɛtua ka na sika de ni hɔ nti yɛ kɔ akɔfa sika no so you need to tell us what explanation were you given na me expect sɛ anka ɔbɛbisa sɛ sika no a yɛ budget yɛ de mfɛntua infrastructure project no deɛ yɛ kɔ yɛ no aso sika bɛn ɛna yɛ de bɛkɔ ɛkɔfa wei nti hɔ no me enya me de said ya Mr. Defo any statement but for now I think the judgment debt no enya dia was yes so what does it say contractor agent adwuma e wo see e twa sika emfa ma no because say bi okoye adwuma o pre-finance okope busia okọ bank oji busia abi adwuma ni tentem na say won twa ne ka waye wie na won twa ne ka bank na ogoji loan no or in get more interest e was kana so ya ma contractor zi bebiri kra no omo japade kra no every wasam because omo de no ekosia no as collaterals and say won tweet card bank dey dey sika na ope edumre na won fa sika no ba oba be to japade e dey atenika and clearly for me I think say judgment debt enya dia yen akufa daban yes so say ye be budget allocation in the year that particular year budget we say ye tiska we so bi ekoye bi enya na ye fa dabi enya but when piag for no yes some sensitization with the media no mo adwuma na mo ye no in the course of adwuma na mo ye no na be pie mo say project ye no nya no ya ye project no budget sika na wo say ye no enya na edi tuaka but yakọ akọ yiska free oil fund no e da ko tuaka I need to be convinced say sa budget no sika na edi tu ho no ye de ko tuaka no what dey sika dey na de ko ye
aya budget na e ka se de project na
ka e be de ko be papa but we need to know and ka piaka was so catch you say oh ampa essence na ye nwie nti emergency e de akoye we ye be pesika no na de ahyemo na de atwaka but there should be some conversation some discussion between
piaka na say kan na say the sector ministry na ye de adwuma na hye omo so omo no mo hwe say bia say this ye bia budget no wo got adwuma na wo ye e bia ya me ye edan adwuma ene bia ya wonso ye kwan ene bia me so me ye bi foforo nti ye twa budget ra ma me say me bo wode ase kube nua na sisi wo no ye bedodo ase nyina na say sika na ye de ma me no ye twa de ama me no ma fa sika na ntua ka na mo sika bi eda ba bi na makoko ya kokofa eda be twa adwuma ne ka say me na be hold me responsible say sika na ye de ma wo no e wo he
enu ntina na me ka say piak mpanyifo yi anka wo so bisa say sika na ye de tu say ye mfa ye project no e dey na de ko ye he didn't tell us in the story ampa there's a budget line money available for that project but at the time na ye be project no na sika no ye de akwa bibi fofo say sika ni ho e need to go for oil ni sika no so piak must go beyond here no kan kire say sa sika na ga dad be ye dwuma no ye de akwa bibi fofo before the year, no, because we want to look at value for money. The reasons why are essence at the time, no, we and Bibini and was says Canada or Redumana, they even try the car. But for some reason, maybe some emergency biaba, and the says can be a dog be for. Bibina a year, no, also pest can be a diaba show. I'm a Redumana, not you trying to go or Diaco, and Banessa. So we need to be told what was that money used for. We need to know about it. And the adwuma bia ye bia no say ye twes kan de tu onye man ska nda ho o wi adwuma no a ye mfa ntwaneka to avoid any future judgment debt because judgment debt enya de papa
okay yaw ya hwe when you can, it calls for accountability and transparency. It's say transparency wa mean ni say anka sika ya yesi the infrastructure no. Sa budget no. Sika na anya da infrastructure project no. Na me ko first sika fee oil fund no mu. Ene ye de bebetu aye. Sanka accountability wo a anka mean ni sanka bia anka sika se de ye project no ya fanye e be ko for baby e de aba. Enti din nyina ba besi asem ba ko so say supervision. I think that is so me meti ye me ho dwere bi kakra pa. Mama so ma be nu bi na fi ahwe.
Eja kwabra me da wase. Ya me se yen kan okre. Se obi kan kire me se oman bi eye more corrupt e chan Ghana. Menjindi.
Ujidi.
Menjindi. We are so corrupt, and you see the judgment debt issues. People are not being punished for their negligence and deliberate actions are judgment debt ever. In fact, we are all aware, so most of the judgment debt could have been avoided. Many of them too are deliberately cooked and then fronted for the government to pay. And the people who cook it will not be me and you who are sitting outside governance. It is the people in government. And the people who front it could be me and you. And mostly it's about the legal people. They are the problem of our, part of our, the problem of our financial distress. What to say, yeah, punish you do be a court say, and I'm also na judgment debt by into your prosecutor. What to be done? It has never happened. From the NDC time, Mills Muhammad time, now judgment debt became, in fact, it was a period that judgment debt by year to say, who could just a bit me tomatoes at all. Until later, you be who say, son uncrophobia, a shed the pa and one man bang. No matter. And that particular scenario has not ceased. It is still going on. People are still fronting it. Once a PIAC or mobile out some time back, and I'll catch and say, projects, even they have stated it here, projects that we were told that oil monies were used for, they never existed. And they have stated that in this report. They have also stated in this report, say, even the areas, the location of the projects, and they do not involve the community as the so-called project in Ewum. Into tracking those projects has become a difficulty. For the sake of accountability, ntina PIAC wo a omo yesade. Hwe bra omo bre. Omo pa ya ti omo si ho say, omo be hwe the oil fund know how I am managing no man no more report ba. Hwe bra omo bre. It tells you say there is something deliberate going on in using the various buffers I are creating. Sinking fund ni nyina asa. GIIF ni nyina asa. Heritage fund anyhow. You see your fund for judgment debt. Where is it? What was it used for? Until you are resorting into now going back to the oil money. These are questions we should ask, and they are not difficult to. They are not difficult a question to get answers for. But to get the answer is the problem. And people must be punished for their negligence and their inability to monitor, projects. Like I mentioned to you, IPCs, PRSB, interim payment certificates. Or more past MPs, more incumbent, projects, they have raised those certificates. As out of vindictiveness, they are not paying them. Government, because you don't belong to a certain camp, they are not paying them. They are so frustrated. We hear, we interact with them, and they know that what I'm saying is true, right? There are a lot of people out there who have legitimately constructed or done their project. They've finished, they've gotten to a certain point, they raised their interim payment certificate, they won't mind them because you are not in their camp. And these are the things that in the near future can result to judgment debt, when probably this particular government is not in power. You understand? In the development but may conclude, there was one of your topic that because of time, I'm sure we will not touch on it. your friend is saying a circle interchange.
Abodan for oh yeah, obetumi dey 3 minutes bi aka wase.
E ba ne say ne ko ba ne sa. Yesi adwuma ni wo mamu, adwuma o man adwuma wo pa. Moni ma yi adwuma nko a. Abroche obi na adwuma ne say on dey on street mu, say anye bia na on a west obi agya bibia to fom no wapra. Dustbins esisi so no dey akotum. Ba yen ye ha no ewura egu ha nyina media na kwan finfin afu ni nyina eye adwuma nke so obi yam ye tua ne ka. But we are not creating those jobs for people. Ye free here ko brochi ye ko yes jobs no. In fact brochi no who say media no afufu sa because it has been kept neat every time. Ye tua obi ka. Obi betumi anante street mu the whole day. Wonya wura ba cross pomfa. And so at the end of the month ye betua ne ka. Now second, how did it become this way? Day one, you constructed here. Who were the people who were tasked to take care of the circle? And Kabada, you won't profile, say task force or whatever it is. The Omojuma to make sure say Hobe Farafare. And can bodem ni o medaho. Yes, sorry, but you see, look at what they were saying. They are lying. People lie and we pay them. They keep lying. They was say, after giving the reasons why they came there, was say, when contacted, the municipal chief executive for Kole Krote Municipal Assembly, Samoni Ajay Tawia, said the assembly was aware of the nuisance and was working to address the situation. Lies and throw the papa no channel. And throw what channel say you are aware and you know say what he is saying here no, is just for the media to capture. There's nothing they are doing. No, of course he said the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council (RCC) and the assemblies were working together to bring on board a task force to support. They are just lying because the media went there to interview them, so they will lie to the media. Was it we the assemblies are exploring other avenues, like bringing on board even private security to help. These are people keep lying. We are paying them. Fire them. The assembly, no, fire them. Other than Yama Honina, Johnson, pillars necessary hon. Quabrani to me said would no Johnson. Kosher all around. Why must we do these things to ourselves? Yet the Omesika Aye projects are. Young Kasa ye share man for sen. The way my ye pillars no poto. The way a born cry the sissy hon. Or more than that, so more to two. It is somebody's job to ensure say nobody trespasses in terms of say kwako daho. For what? For what? Circle and other areas. Where were they when the circle had not been that interchange had been constructed? And if I know more that. Say obi be fear man on nearby, you didn't be far when you back with you or the mentality of our governance system, the psyche of the people. You see, it is the exemplary lives that our leaders are leading. Leader no crop when yes office not you understand? So if it is a task force, it should be their duty 24/7 for the next 30 years. Nobody will go. It is their job. So you pay them every month. They know say ebia you will post to be we are going rounds checking. Yeah, mabo then bia me fa ho anase yeah mo bia why your juma no abre ho nya resting point. When people are there doing this job 24/7, nobody will there because there was nobody there. The place has been left fallow. Until I to me, we are now coming, and when they come and interview you, you are lying of things that you have not even embarked upon, and that is what hurt me. And they are being paid. They should be fired.
Yeah, I'm saying no pay the fire na bauma, I see fire man. But I say, Yami, I'm saying yan kan akwa so kra me say bisa o.
Wo baby our Ghana ni
na. Baby abodan fa baby afa.
Anya abodan fo nipa
adwene mu a wadwene mu kan.
No, mo kra ma adwene kan. Nipa no bebre na etwa picture da hon mo no. Homeless people. And I can remember you can't even get rent. Amanfo na na do dan wo ma. Amanfo adwuma agu. Ni fie that was ya kan ebona na do na wo maso na do aban na ya papa anka ye bobo ni di office aban no ya de papa we should go there and look at nipa egu no we make catch and ya just about last week there was a reporter bridge no so obi bridge no so say hono nipa no this a sane person only baby a wo beda To was top what? What was it?
Every 11 minutes.
Who say about them for? The thing shouldn't be capturing about them. Ah, but them need or that. Or them to Makatano. Oh, but them knew or them to Makatano. But this is the story. Nipan what that to Makatano, what pet mattress, papa, would not be now. I want you to woman. As soon as you unbearable. He's not only talking about them, of course, who call being a beer then. He's also talking about more stress, carrying look, let the people who are researching into beggars do a thorough research. Me say me no ka say Ghana for a Wall Street so don't say foreigners na here come wasem. Go there and find out. The foreigners don't say foreigners. Omo ya do say the foreigners no omo ba no we can easily send them back to their home country. But the Ghanaians no mbu kwan no. Omo ma me no papa no ntimi nya aduane mo omo ye de emo omo ne. San kwara no omo ko school a and then 1 month ni go and look at the school feeding report and do omo ye. You see school going for primary phone. That's what it. Because Abino is not able. This is the only government. They didn't happen under Akufo. They didn't happen under Mills. They didn't happen under Mahama. Under Akufo-Addo. Nkwara yentimi ntua caterers ka. Emo mu nkonko no aduane man kwara so they nkwara no school attendance no adropo. Usi yanko kan asemfo foro be ngi. O mani nye asay ante anaho kirenti. A lot of people are also getting depression is setting into a lot of Ghanaians. Kono ko transi. Na uko doma amanfo eze so no mo eto. Ah. Na adu mobile say go no wori yeko. I won ni bibia what was amanfo tina adwum the whole day. Yanto he no asan asore no wede no okofie. Ofi say nipa ko no na ma say no besi anam no. And so when the year is ending, they getting crofo free kwan so he will have to find a place and live. Report to me na do wanye na wia. And people are also sitting idling. Okwa onya baby nte otifia obekwa akọ circle baby no atena se no why then what a lot of people are now getting into the robbery department. Ibinura the fraud department. Ibinura all sort of illegal means just to make a living. And yet yeah. When a buying go amount for banks, you know we are praising a buying to collapse a bank, destroy everything. Amount for first allied for people capitals are locked in the banks. Many of these guys you see there on live from Omusika banks, you know, now do begu no on what one day. Yeah, see a flood. A lot of them no fear and you are funny in there because now the Crawford have sat down and watch. Yeah, Jessica.
What I did to the blame na na do.
Ah, na get one ke blame no. One na can you pese nkoko blame no. Me ni apenyi that has go by say your friend is anado what the flash staff house. You know what work a form no. Ah, since when did you know that? Since when did you know that? And I know sorry I know ya we say bibia e John Mahama bibia e John na now you nipa chen wo bia nti na now dey na appointees should be the ones to be held responsible. When you have a leader we are responsible. The leader gets to know what is happening on the ground and question appointees and say, why are you not doing A, B, or C, or D? The only government that won't mean sacking appointment, won't mean reshuffle. It's not now the you know why? Because one can say, we're bouncing appointing or sacking on. Nanado's handling of this economy is worse. You see, say Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo, if Ghanaians didn't do well and to a mano, and by your oman penia. And Ghana for the baby to say gone at time be chairman papa bianco be Ghana ye pa Ghana for one to Obama. It is good the people voted for him just to let us know say look and yet the biano be banu be grand no more munti no na fa ade enfanya de enfanya say o man na say
me na say yami bra ayi baby aduri ye be ne de san say enya hanko a say medical ka say enya hanko na me ahodo bebre na we antwi adwene ensi ye psychiatric hospitals ahodo no said ye omufa even edu baby a doctor Osei kwesi Osei Osei edu baby a sika kura ombenya kura de arande owedwuma no kura no na ye den ama omu and the risk involved adwuma ye fo ye wo ho nurse fo ne health workers the risk involved na asefo nyina no omo bre kura se motumi ne sika kura de tua kan no ni asefo wugiri say den sese ye na sa niwu
Obna
bra
story I would buy What's the ending one boy? I felt, sir, we could have avoided politics out of it. To deal with the matter head on. What do you say? Sir, ubi no in the right sense. A bit free fee, so called double. Except somebody, excuse me, I said, be the tinning can. Or work on that circle in the open, expose the body, the whole being into that risk. Now, Joti ha. A catcher is a kudo ada buying empty a month for and a double thing so. That is unfortunate. Your mama breast go for double thing. JDM Abraso, were people not sleeping on the streets? I have told you time and number that when you are talking and you are communicating, there's who you are from, sir. No one shows, sir. In the days of JDM, the question I asked Yamin and the NDC, were people sleeping on the streets in this country? What did you do about it? I said, "Man, banasi aka. We say a collapse bank, you collapse and the man for that body. Give me one person, the bank and the bank collapse or that body. Give me one." When you were giving you the signs that Kobreni, you the Sikakoshe Bank, now what Thomas Sekano because he's a director, owner of the bank, no go be fata. You were sitting down enjoying the largesse of these people. You didn't caution them because the Bank of Ghana was so inept, totally inept to supervise the work of these banks. We were giving alarm bells. You catch them. Bank domo yenanye. Wankasa. Over 4 million depositors. Sika a good bank. Because if these monies has crashed, that's a 4 million. And there's more. Nipa no musika wo bank no. Over 4 million. It took a visionary person like Adudan Kokufado to salvage these people. At the end of the day, all my normal banks will sebi. Yejuma eko former de juma a year. They pay severance. I'm an industrial relations consultant. HR by profession. And it's a big juma, that's a year. They sit and negotiate and they pay them off. So don't sit on national television and lie. In any case, and go for that so. The story people should engage them and find out. Are they real people or the people insane? Who yes story? I'm a stringer. I'm a stringer by profession. He told me. And Mr. Mayibo, the former general manager, Ghana News Agency, I worked at Labour College. I was reporting to the Ghanaian worker of TUC. And I said, yes, so work of Trafford to you need to go further beyond that. I didn't know about that one. Is there any reason? Are you sick? Do you have a challenge? Do you have a problem? Then you are giving us a good story to tell. But when you guys go and show a picture, will be that one thing, then you're me, sitting on a high horse. Not in Nantesa. It's unfortunate. But clearly, our social welfare system is a problem. Yeah. Which I admit. From the days of Adam, what are we doing to improve our social welfare system? And we idea was here. Who can be say Professor Sari or Dr. Sari can say Indra was here to man image for war is a problem. I agree. If your secret was a release editor and go. What should we do? The finance ministry or releases cantem ye de to draw. And do baby crano about of go me as someone in a poor. It got to a time. Yeah, Ubekaya. There was a time. I yes someone in a different into the back to the psychiatry. But ye jaw moi, ye treat you with psychiatry here because of stigmatization. Ye jaw so mukufia, ombusa crown, a poem. Yeah, some work catch me. Tell me. When the people are family, I didn't ask you to speak. Yahweh, yet treaty, when you are Sabi or doing a cancra. Na, yes, Jobu, it was a form so pop, you work catch them. And the Duba Sakati for Nukaso, Edibusa for the Casase, my and Jobusa. They need us, they need our comfort. Say, be Jomu to integrate them into our society. Yes, I know, I will pay your Pamomba. And the Obefiana Unjin in Israel, where do we go? You go back to the street. It becomes, a bedding into the government and stuff. So clearly, Meji Tum say, I was say improve your social welfare system. Now you should quite be fast. And there is some video assemblies. But second Dubai no. Adiba kwa manage you pa yesa buona ye de chef for me. If they've not done that, it would have been worse.
I know you later, your administration, the guy who came first as the was it mayor also?
Mayor of Adekye. And yes, I no to prevent them. And no, see people they sleep on the stones.
No, yeah, baby, that one now.
You see,
what they are about to
know. Kabrai, never me no mafa edie fi story we mu about one, the attitude of the Ghanaian. Two, the indiscipline. The attitude of the Ghanaian. I dream away through. When you say for sabara no bregu. Or sisa like free adabaka hodun e dwomo na the big kwano. And you expect the same assembly to come look for money to come and call this refuse.
No, but if there was somebody there stationed as his work.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. I agree with you. So much do near position of go sometimes. Yes. And people must be sanctioned.
Nice shifting
must be arrested and prosecuted. This is not the work of Andrew Kwatio. This is not my brother's work. And the assembly must tax people to line up and make sure say you clear them off the way
on a shift basis, night, day. They are there.
What I say? So clearly, Nippon Ghana for the junior attitudes and a character and the indiscipline is too much. Sally for Mangwa revolution time. Who my away?
No, you dare not.
Sally for Mangwa.
Not true.
Who my away?
Just one person.
Who the paper back who say go? Who the two for not chua?
Samato.
Who wants to say
on a word, yes, na. Once a man penny can say me say Obama acquired the cleanest city in Africa. Baby, I near me kui said you surify na fia na when you sabe booming. We say bet you to sabotage just 1 minute.
It's possible we can get there. We share the action and the in Nabona you are Ahufama, regional minister. Nahokeka, that's the word. The Ahufama and Nahokeka of the regional minister, who is the supervising minister of the assemblies, you know, are all leaders are charged, you know. I'm sure we'll get there. Maybe you're doing some inefficiencies of some people in authority. Edumani Bibo is beyond assembly. A typical example of this flooding every day. If the finance ministry releases cano, the co-contractors one amoye juma. About contractors and engineers are signing omo edia koshe ejuma no omo hwe ejuma no the quality of work done now and so beboa what I say and for me so long as Henry Cotter remains the regional minister for Greater Accra he has taken that responsibility now oda kachira the 29 MMDC so nyano ejuma no nimsa wondim ya kachira president no you free because he will come after you to make sure say ejuma na president action was zamse koye no ko na koyo en kotrin that you are not going to be an MC out of office. And you must go round and check. But don't know. The regional minister, he doesn't sleep. By training, he's a security man. And Onam. He's the chairman of Regional Security Council. And before I was training officer, I will say me call round. Yeah, that's what he tells me. And though I know a transit, then he plans. This, that. That is what. So for me, I think that will get there.
Okay. Madam Asano pese munya bre eba ye honorable Titus Glover.
The other man
they say cleanest in Africa.
It's impossible in the tenure of office of this administration. It is impossible. You see, we are not seeing it as the way you can. A city doesn't become clean by itself. I would say, your friend is saying. Some fragrance you see them e bim kra de bi see wo kam e ho sa na ye de ade gum e ho sa na getting a city to become clean is not like that too. And even that way you have to pour something in it. As long as you are not staffing the you are not giving employment to people to take care of the city becoming clean, it will never become clean. It is people that make a city clean, and by laws and implementing the laws and ensuring some for what they are making sure say this is working. One can say one take action so ube in so be who be free who say you must take action. So people must be employed say 24/7 you are zoning various areas say I also central your zoning in your committee or more share a hassle or more share hassle, more share hassle.
There's a task force, yeah?
Yes, but the task force, yes. The task
the respective assemblies.
So, which people are doing the supervising, monitoring and evaluation to ensure, say, if any of family go home? As long as you have not given people the job, the employment to pay them to do, no.
Yami, 1 minute.
Another time.
That's what I can.
Now, 6 years, yan shas. Nanya mwa kasa na mama ye kasa bi e kanu ye twi kasa mfefefe. Se agrobe ye da. Efi anopa. Enya no sa. Na die ya ko esumu ye adu. Uzo ze be. Where dai?
Okay, senye ye Daniel Sabasa, sani ya beka no ana. Honorable Titus Grover medasi pi so nya breba ye. Joseph Yami wo so meda wase. Ana fi ya osanita no wo so meda wase se musunya breba me so bidin e de ejakwabena na I'm not able to message people say Destiny in Caribbean say ejakwabena don't worry cry levy will sort homeless and madness people out. See levy be solve homeless ni Destiny sans of what me be kapa ye be sia na catch na ku se me chia no pa
Nako yeah
nako good morning and pay chia papa adumdum ye ochina weather production team na ase na mada cameraman nso ase adumdum ye ochina ya be samba na de Nsroma de abrem yakramo
Message Chief Adrian, but Yami.